Top Accolade African News Updates. I am Soibifa Jackridge. In a historic move, South Africa's parliament have impeached one of the country's top judges for misconduct. An investigation found that John Hlophe, the leading judge in Western Cape Province, tried to influence justices at the country's top court in a case relating to former President Jacob Zuma. He approached two justices in 2008 to see if they would support Mr Zuma in a decision relating to a corruption case. Mr Hlophe always denied the accusation. The long delay between the alleged offense and his impeachment was a result of a lengthy appeals and investigations. The removal of a judge is unprecedented since the start of the country's democratic era in 1994. A second judge, Nkola Motata, who was also impeached for disorderly conduct and racial outbursts relating to a 2007 drunk driving accident. Mr Motata, who has since retired, was a High Court judge in Gauteng Province at the time of the incident. He also denied the accusation. President Cyril Ramaphosa will now have to sign off the decision and set a date for their formal removal. The judges will then lose all benefits, including a lifetime monthly salary worth over 1 million rand, that is $53,000 or 42,000 euros, a car allowance and comprehensive medical care. Mr Hlophe, also the first to be impeached on Wednesday evening, with MPs voting by the required two-third majority. The decision was backed by the governing African National Congress (ANC) as well as the main opposition Democratic Alliance (DA) plus other minor parties. A last-ditch attempt by Mr Hlophe to halt his possible removal was thrown out by a court just hours earlier. Parliament in Somalia has approved the major defense agreement with Turkey. Under the 10-year deal, Turkey will arm and train Somalian Navy forces and deploy its own ships in Somalia waters. Analysts say it's a major step in enhancing Somalia's maritime security. Prime Minister Hamza Abdi said the deal eliminates, in his words, fear of terrorism, piracy, illegal fishing, and the dumping of toxic wastes. It comes as Ethiopia signed a controversial agreement with the defense-declared Republic of Somaliland, which has increased tensions between Mogadishu and Addis Ababa. Somalia, which considered Somaliland part of its territory, has accused Ethiopia of violating its sovereignty. Nuclear power is key to Ghana's transition to greener energy, but the switch is facing delays, a top official has said. The West African nation wants 1 or 2 nuclear power plants to be up and running by 2030, but Stephen Yamoa, Executive Director of State-Run Nuclear Power Ghana, says the country is behind schedule. We should probably have been starting construction now, but we are still engaging to identify the right vendor, the nuclear power chief said. The delays were caused by financial rather than technical issues. Mr. Yamoa said the Ghanaian government had been in talks with China, France, Russia, South Korea, and the US about building the nuclear plants, he added. The Nigerian Customs Services (NCS) plans to distribute seized food items in stores around the country to tackle the current challenges of food security amid protests in at least 5 states. The Customs Services said unspecified tons of rice, groundnut oil, noodles, and other commodities will be certified as fit for consumption by relevant agencies before being made available to ordinary Nigerians. Abdullahi Mawada, a spokesperson for the NCS, promised an equitable and transparent process to ensure the food reaches those most in need. The services said it had also launched an anti-smuggling operation and public engagement to prevent the unlawful exploitation of vital food resources. This move comes as protests have erupted across Nigeria because of the high rate of inflation, driven largely by high food prices and the government's decision to end a long-running fuel subsidy. The African Development Bank (AFDB) has warned that Nigeria could experience social unrest due to the high cost of living. That is the size of Top Accolade African News Updates. You can follow us on our social media platforms as displayed on your screen. Happy Thursday.